What a lovely day to feel like shit.
This is the Four Eyes Podcast, baby.
Alright, man. Before we get started, before we get officially started, before we introduce yourself and we get going, let's do a little centering session. Let's close our mouths. Ready? Get comfortable with the space. Get comfortable with this thing in your face. It's pretty confronting. You're going to feel pretty nervous for a little bit. I feel pretty nervous. That's why I'm talking so much, because I'm fucking really nervous. But
Oh, okay. So, okay.
what's that supposed to mean? Okay.
No. Just people have different coping mechanisms with it, with getting nervous and stuff. I tend to just do what I'm doing right now.
Shelling up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's good. All right. You ready to get this thing going?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Start. Hey, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. Rough day today, but I'm happy to be here.
Rough day today. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Rough day for everybody, I think. Rough day for me. Rough day for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, they're all rough these last couple of days. But thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for doing this on, was this like short notice? About a week's notice?
It's alright, man. It's alright. Better.
He made the time, man. Look at this. He made the time.
Yeah.
He made the time. Nah, it's great to have you here, man. Introduce yourself to the people, Danny. Introduce yourself. Let them know a little bit about what you got going on these days.
A little preview about me.
Who are you, dude? Who are you?
Why am I here?
Why are you here? What are you doing?
My name's Daniel. I'm currently a uni student studying psych. In my third year, I should be in my last semester now. Hopefully graduate by June. Recently just got a job, so that's fully sick now. I'm doing adult
I did not know
things.
that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank
That's
you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no. One of my good friends referred me to it, so I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, man, just happy to be here. Thank you for your invitation. Short week's
Dude,
notice is
anytime.
my thing.
Anytime. Always welcome.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, that's the brochure version. Give me the real shit. Fuck that brochure shit. Give me, who really are you, dude? Who really is Danny? Hey, mijo, come on, let's go.
Alright.
Come on.
I'm an extroverted introvert, okay? So
Oh,
yeah.
this is 4 Hours Podcast.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Meaning that, I'll give you brochure shit in front of, oh yeah, can we swear, by the way?
You better not fucking swear on this show. I swear to God, Cam. Yeah, I swear to God, if you swear on my fucking podcast, I'll get demonetized.
So yeah, I give people the brochure stuff, whether it's getting introduced to new people, getting introduced to new parents. But in reality, I'm a person who does like to cuss a lot, not on purpose, just it's the best way to express myself.
It's part of your vocabulary. It's
Exactly.
vernacular.
Exactly.
Maybe. I think that's how you use that
shift
word.
gears as well. I wouldn't have to be a potty mouth, but if you want the real me, then yeah, here it is,
The
bro.
real me. I want the you that's like on the game at 3 a.m. after like sweaty hours, no wins, just sitting there. That's what I want. That's the Danny that I want to see.
Jesus, man, that sounds like
That's not PG. We can't get into that. Lord knows if they heard that.
Maybe a little bit of a feature, yeah, but
yeah. I reckon once we get started, we'll see that side of yourself. Hopefully, we won't see that side of me because it's pretty ugly, dude. It's pretty fucking ugly. But I was going to say, Danny, thank you for coming through. I really appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for making
Likewise.
the time on a Wednesday afternoon, just like 2 weeks out from Christmas. I got you a little something.
You didn't have to, man.
I think you're going to like it, man. And I think if you don't like it, we'll get the fuck out of my house.
No, that's the problem.
Ready? Oh, shit. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, you can open it now if you want to. If not, don't worry about it.
I really want to, but I feel like I'll struggle opening it. So
Alright, we'll tell you what. We'll open it before you leave.
sounds good.
Keep it there
Absolutely.
for yourself. That's all
right
you.
there.
Merry Christmas, dude. I was gonna say before we get into like the real shit, you were saying before you had a chance to listen to a little bit, so you kind of know what I want to ask you today.
Yeah,
kind of.
absolutely.
And I feel like you got a lot to say about what we're talking about.
Yeah,
You've always had a lot to say though. Every time me and you have a chance to talk about stuff, you've always got a really unique perspective, and I think it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be surprised to hear, because it's, how do I say this? It's you're quite sure of yourself in the sense that your identity is pretty defined, I think, or at least you are on the path of being able to say this is who I am and this is what
I agree with that second one. I think that's the one that I'm like going for right now, man. 'Cause, yeah.
Well, that's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear.
I'm really excited for the things to come, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What in particular are you excited about the most?
I'm more excited about like being assured of who I am, man, and like distinguishing what I do and don't like. One of my biggest flaws is being a people pleaser, so I agree to anything or just let anyone choose what they want to do, like, so the outcome is not that they don't blame it on me at the end, even though it might not even be my fault because they chose to do that. And the people around me, as I've gone through life, I've had some blessings, I've had some lessons, and a lot of those lessons and blessings have taught me, like, don't be afraid of, like, you know, saying no. Don't be afraid of don't be afraid of rejection as well, man. Like, I think that's the main one, because you're always going to fail at something, and there's always going to be someone that's better than you than something.
Is that something that you struggle with right now, you reckon? Like, the rejection? Or are you getting pretty good at getting over that sort of stuff?
I don't think rejection's an area that I'm getting good with just yet. Don't worry, I'm on my way there. But
no rush, man.
Putting myself out there is one of the areas that I'm getting really good at. Volunteering for new things. So for at work, we had an activity. Who would like to go first? Usually, I hate those things, man. I hate them.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Icebreakers.
It's mad stressful.
Yeah. It's just like, come on.
Icebreakers. That's right. I totally forgot as well.
Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I'm getting used to that. Just like rip the Band-Aid off. Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm like doing this activity. My hobbies are this. You know, brochure shit, but a bit more into detail. And yeah, and then I like to feel, not only do I like doing that because it makes me feel good about myself and like into the person I'm developing, but also I like to think that it gives people the confidence to do whatever they like as well. Don't be afraid of being weird, you know.
Putting your foot forward so everyone else can kind of do follow your lead and shit.
Exactly.
It's mad admirable, man. It takes a lot of your social battery to do stuff like that, to put yourself in a position in which you want to empower other people to feel like they can be themselves. But I feel like you're pretty good at that. You've been doing that for me for a while, ever since I met you, man. You're really welcoming, and you're very the word's not agreeable, but you're very, I guess it's a little bit of that people pleasing aspect, but I think and this is something that I wanted to say to you when you said that before, I think that's a huge part of your personality, and I don't think it's a bad thing. It's because it's your kindness, like it's your innate care for human beings and the people that you are fortunate enough to share some sort of connection with. You like them, and you want them to like you as well, and you want them to feel comfortable in sharing and being around you, and I can only attest to that being true for you. So as much as you are trying to juggle with that, like, there's an element in which, from an outside perspective, I'm like, you know what, this kid's like, he's pretty good at it, like, I think he's got it under wraps, but man, it's like a personal thing for everybody. Like, once you get in,
thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Nah, dude, no way. All right, that's it. You get no more compliments from me, though. That's it. That's the only one that you're gonna get. The only one. But I was gonna say, I guess we can kind of jump into the main sort of theme, because I think it's easier to get it out of the way, like, at the start, because it is such a broad thing, and there are so many things. It's like an umbrella term, basically. There's so much shit that fits underneath it. So we're talking about purpose today, and I know from your conversation that we've had a few times now in your anticipation to come and do this with me, it's like you've got something to say about this. So let's start with that. Let's start with what do you think your purpose is? Let me say it like this. What do you think purpose is? And then what do you think yours is?
All right.
We'll go through it step by step.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So, number one, what...
Here it is. I'm ready. All right. Strap in, motherfuckers. Strap in. You got this.
Yeah,
no pressure. There's only a microphone and a camera on you right now. Look at the camera.
No. Okay, I think purpose is the reason as to, like, in a context of, like, being present, it's the reason why you're there. Like, the reason why an individual has been sent there. You know, what are they meant to accomplish? What are they meant to achieve?
So, are you saying? Sorry to cut you off. Your presence, or like your ability to be present, is your purpose?
Oh yeah, no. So that's what I believe it is. That's what I believe purpose is. Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah. So genuinely speaking, I think That's how I define purpose. Like, what are you here for? Like, what are you meant to do? Yeah, literally, what your reason for being here, man.
Sure.
Yeah. My purpose, honestly, still figuring it out, man. It's been
Dude, I love that.
so many times. I would okay, people that have their life together, I completely respect. But at the same
Fuck them, dude. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
I'm a stud. I smoke my stogie.
Wherever I want. Not like you.
Yeah, no,
Speaking
dude.
of.
As I said, like, I think, and this leads to another one of my points. Like, so I really respect them in the sense that they know what to do. They have their safety net. They've got everything sorted. But at the same time, that would suck. Like, okay, you know your purpose already. So it's like a video game that's already unlocked, man. Why are you gonna play that, bro? Like, why? You want to do the campaign, yeah? Like, you want to unlock. You want to see where you fall.
I can relate to that a little bit. Yeah, for sure. You want to be able to go through that and try and figure it out. So you're happy with that idea of like, oh, I don't know what's going on, man, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, look, man.
You come to terms with that?
I love it. I've acknowledged it. I've accepted it. But at the same time, I know I can change it. If I don't like it, I know I can change it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I think I share a lot of my same. We share a similar thought in that regard for sure. Being able to change it and being aware of like the fact that you have no fucking control over what's going on, but you're like, hey, fucking man, we ball. No, I like that, man. I really like the way that you said that.
Yeah, no, look, my AD plays a big part in that. But at the same time, as I said, I've come to terms with it, man, and I know it's not it's not concreted. Like, I can change it if I want to. It would be nice to have some sort of structure in what I want to do with my life.
Sure.
What I want to become, what I want to be, the person I want to be.
Can I ask you? Because you want is a pretty specific word. Like,
very subjective.
Do you think that having it defined for you would make it easier for you to go through the process of living, I guess? Or do you think it's pretty similar to... Let me say it like this, because I was thinking about this the other day as well.
Yeah.
The exact same sort of thing, like thinking about these people that have got everything, like, you hear them, they're like, fuck, I want to do this when I leave school, and then they go and do it, and then they're just like live, laugh, loving, and I'm like, fuck, that would be really nice. It'd be really nice to be able to do that. And then my next thought is always like, hang on, would that actually be nice, or is this like just me like being envious of something that I don't have because I've got something else, and my something else that I don't have is the unstructured, disheveled mess that is like barely strung together, but somehow still going forward. Do you think that would work for you though, like having that thing like laid out for you, ready to go, or do you think you're thriving in this sort of like this like mess thing?
Dude, honestly, yeah, I think it would be easier for me, and I'd have a hell of a lot stress. It'd be almost too perfect. And dude, as I was saying,
I relate to that.
Yeah, as I was saying, this leads me to one of my crucial points.
You got points? Come on now. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm so excited to have you here, dude. I'm so sorry.
No. Every choice you make, despite good or bad, is always going to have a consequence. Those people already have their lives sorted, but at the same time, that's going to feel really fucking boring at times. Don't you dare tell me it's not going to feel not boring, bro. No. You already know what you do.
Dude, you can like see it in their face. Like when you meet people like that, you're like, oh.
You've got everything sorted. You've got your career sorted. All you need now is 2 kids and a house. Cool.
And then what? You get the kids, you get the house, and then what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I kind of enjoy not knowing, like, not having that structure. But at the same time, I do know it would make it a hell of a lot easier for me. And sometimes it's what I really, truly lack, and it makes it hard on myself. But at the same time, I got to remind myself, hang on, man. I'm not even at my peak yet in my life, bro. Like, I'm only 21. There's so much shit I have.
Hang on, you're 21?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
How'd you think I was?
God damn it. I didn't think you were 21.
You thought I was 19?
Awesome.
18.
No, I thought you were 22, 23.
Oh, shit. No.
Wait, you just turned 21?
I turned 22 in January.
Oh, okay. So yeah, pretty good. Good.
Coming towards the end of the 21 there.
I was gonna say, man, like these last couple of years for me have been just like a big of like just shifting consciousness and just growing up, I guess, or maturing, or whatever you want to call it. So you're kind of in that stage as well, I think.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
Good luck, man. Like,
Thank you.
because it's a roller coaster that just keeps going. Like it never stops. Like I still feel like I'm still like changing and all over the shop.
Yeah, man.
And
I hope this roller coaster keeps going, man. I don't want it to end.
that's something that I was thinking about when we were setting up this thing here. I was like, because I had this thought. I was like, how many episodes can I really do about like this purpose thing, man?
Yeah.
Like how much is there to really say about this? And one thing I realized is it's gonna change all the time, and you know, it's not like a groundbreaking thought or anything like that. Like, of course, it's gonna fucking change all the time. But what I didn't anticipate is how quickly that idea shift happens. Like from the first episode I recorded to today, which is the 5th one now.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit! Like it's been like maybe a month, right? Maybe.
Man. Yeah.
And I've already done like these fucking loop-de-loops in my fucking thought process, and I'm like, oh shit. Thank God that I've got like other people here that are talking to me right now about this, because I'm like all over the shop. But
yeah, right.
I was going to say, that kind of leads into what I want to say next, and it's, do you remember a time that you feel comfortable sharing in which you felt like you were on that fucking roller coaster and it was just not fucking fun at all, where you were just like, oh shit.
So when it was on a downhill, like that kind of tone.
I guess you could say, where it's just like, let me say it like this, where it was like oh fuck dude, I'm way off the path now, holy shit,
yeah.
I need to like get back on the path. So do you remember a time like that, and do you know what you did to kind of like realign yourself and get back on the tracks in a way?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
Cool,
I got
cool,
you now.
cool.
So I'm gonna say this was between the end of 2019 and mid 2020, man.
Tumultuous time for a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. COVID wasn't even the problem, bro. The problem was just within myself. Like, I'm out here doing units of study that I don't want to do. It was business. And I know that's not what I wanted to do, but I had no one else what to do, so I just kind of went for it. And
stuck with it.
yeah, and it was started at TAFE for 2019. Really great year, one of the best periods of my life so far. And then 2020 came, and I just started waking up at 8 a.m. every morning for business, for units that I didn't even understand, nor was I paying attention to. So I'm like, you know what? I've got that uni life now. I can slack off, and I slacked off for like 4 weeks. And I'm like, nah, this isn't it. I need to stop this before it gets worse. I don't even know what the hell I want to do. So I focused on my strengths in an academic perspective, and I always knew that I liked geography, social sciences. So then, at the time, I was still very dependent on my parents. I was like, hey, look, I don't want to do business anymore. I'm going to do this. And they're like, no, you need something with more financial stability. I'm like, all right. And then I thought of history, which is another subject that I feel like I'm pretty comfortable in. Again, no financial career. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, there's no, like finances and everything. Yeah, like we're going through like so many inflation periods at the moment. But I want to do something that I like and not just focus on
absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's normal. Like, you don't want to do something you fucking hate.
Yeah, no. And then I thought about philosophy and something that, you know, adds a little razzle dazzle to it, adds a new perspective onto it. And I was like, psychology.
You sick bastard.
Yeah,
I love how you jumped into psych. That's so funny to me.
Yeah, no. And then I was
a little
like,
bit of razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Psychology.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought about, you know, like you already got the aircon on, and then what makes it what gives it that and it's a fan, bro. Like, you know,
oh my god.
Yeah, nah.
Dude, you're right. Putting the fan on with the aircon, fuck, dude. This shit is different, dude.
It is, bro. And then you flip the pillow on the other side. Oh,
take your pants off, get fully naked in the aircon with the fan.
Absolutely
It's
sensational.
like you're in the Himalayan mountains, dude. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Cut that out, dude. Cut that out.
But yeah, man. That was beginning / mid 2020, and I just had no idea what to do because I was going out at the time, and I
think that's when I met you for the first, like in that period. Or maybe a little bit later. Were you were like you were on your city boy shit back then, huh? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, no. Do you remember the first time I met you?
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's hurtful. I'm gonna save you this, but it was at the Valley.
I was gonna say I think it was Rick's.
No, it was just like in the middle of the mall, bro.
In the middle of the mall? Cut this out, you motherfucker. Cut this out. No, when was it? Hold on. I think
I'm going to say 2021.
John was there?
Yep.
Yeah, were you with Candy as well?
I believe so. I believe
Yeah,
so.
we'll
Yeah.
blur the names out, dude.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No
Um,
worries. Yeah.
But when was that? When was that?
2021.
2021.
I believe.
No
2021,
way,
yeah.
dude. That was last year.
Yeah, but like at the start towards it, or maybe end of 2020, because then 2021, for my birthday, Jana got me a hotel, an Airbnb, and you came to visit that Airbnb, but I wasn't there at the Airbnb in time because I was shopping for a birthday outfit.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, and you weren't there. It
Yeah.
was in the city.
Yeah.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
That was.
So I'm
got to
gonna
be
s-
2020.
Yeah.
Got to be late 2020 or possibly early 2021.
Yeah. No.
Man, it's been just a for
Yeah.
me. Like it's been so quick, you know. Then
Too quick. Man.
scares the
Too
fuck out of
quick.
me, man. Like I
It
feel like
does.
I've known you for so long, but if you want to fucking get down to it, if you want to put me on blast like this and say like this is when, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, that was not even that long ago. It feels like a million years, but what the hell?
No, it does. Yeah. No. Dude, honestly, it feels like I've known you for about 4 years, but
I know. I feel like we've grown old together, dude.
yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to keep growing older.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, before we keep getting too off track, there is something that I wanted to ask you about what you were saying before as well. What was that external pressure like for you when you were in that period of time when you were focusing on not focusing, but when you were trying to figure out like where you were going? Where was it coming from? Do you think that was like the expectations of your parents? Was that you getting in your own head? And how did you kind of pull yourself out of that rut?
In all honesty, I don't want to sound like a coward putting the blame on them, but a lot of the external pressure has come from my parents throughout the years, mainly academically speaking. It just has come from them. Even socially, bro, in social environments. But in social environments, I've learned to become my own person. I know how I want to act. There's like some people that are very formal and went like the way how you behave, and I'm like, and mom's like told me like she's always been like, careful how you act around this person, right? Be polite, don't say no, even if it's something you don't like. And as I'm growing older, I'm like, you know what? No, I've had it. I don't care. I know there will be consequences, but as I said, every choice has a consequence no matter what. I drown if I don't act like myself. And then this person doesn't like me because they don't like the way I act around them, or because
it's something out of your control. So
exactly.
That's so silly. That's huge, dude. Because a lot of people haven't come to terms with the idea that they can be themselves, devoid of, what other people think of them. Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I've seen a shift in you for sure. Since I've known you, you are so much more confident in yourself,
He's trying to.
You're doing really well, is what I'm trying to say. No more compliments. I'm not giving you any more. That's it. I said the last one before, but that's the last one.
Last one.
But
sure.
Yeah, sorry, I'm jumbling all over the place. But
no, we're still staying on track, man. So
I think that's just gonna happen with this sort of shit though, because it kind of goes everywhere. But I do want to ask you, moving forward as well. Now, having had some experiences, like you said, you've had some blessings and you've had some lessons. I fucking love that, by the way. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to use that all the time. You've had some blessings and you've had some lessons. What was like a big turning point for you where you were like, oh shit, yeah, this is kind of what I want to be. This is kind of who I am. This is kind of my purpose. What was something that stands out in the last couple of years for you that kind of felt like, fuck yeah, this is it?
Yep. So turning points. Now, quickly before I say that, also the external pressure, I think it was just myself as well, man.
For sure.
Because I've thought about purpose so many times. What is my purpose? And I always thought, no matter what I do, I have to be the best at it. I have to strive for perfection. I was mistaken. I have to strive for excellence instead of perfection. Because perfection,
explain the difference of those two things to me. What does that mean?
Okay, so perfection, you're flawless, bro. You're just you're
like a robot.
You're flawless. And look, as good as that sounds, I think it's easier said than done. Absolutely. But with excellence, you'll have your great runs and you'll have your shit days. You'll have your shit runs. But that doesn't mean you're terrible at it. That doesn't whatever it is that you do. Doesn't mean you're a terrible forklift driver. It doesn't mean you're the best navigator. Striving for excellence is what you do best at. Whatever you want to do, just do your best at it. And at the end of the day, you'll come to terms with that, and you'll be happy with your own self, man. And that's that was a lot of the external pressure as well. Not only my parents' expectations have been drilled into me, but as well, me growing into my own person, I've set my own expectations, gathering from their expectations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. You're a sponge. You like feed off everyone else, and then you start to form your own shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that you've changed. I like the way you explain those two things, where like perfection is one thing and excellence is one thing, and how you've shifted from one to the other. That's pretty big, man. That's because I think we all get. I think well, not everybody, but a lot of people get stuck in that. Like, I gotta be fucking perfect. Nah, I think if you're consistently good, that's better.
Exactly.
Like, I think if you're consistently good, and I think that, like, similar to what you said about excellence, I agree. I think that's gives you a lot less anguish chasing excellence than perfection, dude.
The amount of pressure you take off yourself, man.
Oh my god, it's like taking off one of those backpack things with like a fucking million rocks in it, and then you can walk normally. It's oh my god, dude.
Yeah, and to go back to turning points. That was from maybe 2 lessons. So one of the lessons was in 2019 as well, and then the other lesson was 2020/2021, and that was just how I want to become. Like, I like some of the characteristics that they had. One of them was punctual, and I was like, you know what, I gotta add punctuality. It just looks more professional. You know, I gotta add I gotta like make myself look a bit more, not look, but I have to be a bit more professional if I want to network and get to know people. You know, the way I present myself is one thing, but it's also what I say. The 2020/2021 one was, that lesson just taught me how to love myself, how to be happy with myself. And I'm very appreciative of that person, because they did tell me, like, it doesn't matter what others think of you. You know, you're your own person living in your own body, man. Like, you gotta learn to love yourself.
Fuck oath, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you go to bed and you're alone with your thoughts, it's exactly that. You're alone. Everyone else is not there. It's just you. So if you're unhappy with yourself, you need to make sure that you're fixing yourself for yourself, not for other people.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love that, dude. I love
that. Still trying to master that, but I've gone a long way. It'll
constantly, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it, because you'll have new situations, new people come into your life that'll make you question everything all the time.
Absolutely.
So you just got to remember that you've figured it out once, you can do it again, and again, and again, and again. Doing it again is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
The consistency of that is the hardest thing.
Absolutely.
You know how to do it, you've already done it, but it's doing it over and over again that's hard. But you get better as time goes on.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But anyway, sorry, keep going with
No, I was just gonna say those were my 2 major turning points, man. Probably the second one, 2020, like, to love myself. That was probably been the major one. That's been the major turning point, and I'm just like, that's why I'm a bit more raw with how I am, a bit more authentic with how I am towards people. That's why I'm so like.
Do you want to share why it is that you came to that shift in thinking about loving yourself? Were you not doing that beforehand? Talk to me a little bit more about that. If you want to, you don't have to.
No. I can, for sure, man. So before, like, it's not like that I never loved myself. It's just that, like, I always focused more on my flaws than I did on my on the positives on myself, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. And that was the major one, like, oh my god, I can't do anything right, and that's when I was like striving for perfection. I'm like trying to get this.
It's all connected. Yeah, dude. It's all connected.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I've always been a happy person with myself. I've always been pretty happy with my efforts, but at the same time, it's just I focus a lot on my flaws as well, and rather than like trying to learn how to improve with it, it was just like only focusing on the problem. Yeah, like, oh, there's nothing you can be done. You're a shit person, Daniel. Like, don't bother anymore. And yeah, that's probably been the most major factor, bro. That's probably been the.
Can I ask you what? How did you change your thinking about that? What did you do?
Dude, you're not gonna believe if I tell you, man. And it's only been this. It's only been mainly this year that I've like learned how to.
Well, now I gotta know.
Yeah.
Now I gotta know.
Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Dude, I don't even know how I knew I was gonna say this boy about to say some anime.
Can you guess which character?
Vegeta. I fucking knew it, dude. I knew it. No.
It's true. It's the truth. Learn some shit from it. Yeah, no.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
that
it's
crazy?
fucking crazy, bro. Like it's a dude.
But-
so grateful.
What in particular do you think that? Let me say it to you like this. What in particular do you think that this character or whatever it is, story or whatever it is, what in particular did that give you that you were missing? Was it
His mentality, man.
the mentality?
Oh man, like just. Antonio sent me a video of him, like, what makes, like, it was, like, with the backing audio of someone giving, like, a TED Talk, and then,
One of
it,
those
like, it had
inspirational
Vegeta
things.
slides.
Like,
Yeah, like,
okay.
if the lion is the king of the jungle, how is he the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, Broly's probably the biggest. If he's not the fastest, Goku's probably the fastest. If he's not the smartest, so, which is basically Gohan. So if he's not the biggest of the fastest of the smartest, how is he the king of the jungle? His mentality, and then it's just Vegeta's voice in the background. Impossible to defeat you, don't make me laugh! Like, I won't surrender control, that's not the man I am! And I'm like...
Impossible to defeat you! Don't make me laugh! I won't surrender control! That's not the man I am!
Yeah, bro. I gotta have that reassurance in myself, bro. If I don't
Yeah.
like something, I'm gonna say I don't fucking like it. Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, bro. And that's...
You can learn shit from cartoons, man.
Oh, bro. My education has primarily been from pop culture, not
Yeah.
fucking school, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. Like, it takes the right thing at the right time to impact
Yeah.
you in a way in which legitimately changes your life. Because you would say that way of thinking's now changed your life,
Oh,
right?
absolutely, bro. I nearly drowned at the beach with 2 other people like a month ago.
Hang
maybe.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, keep going. Keep going.
It was at
Keep
the
going.
beach and we were caught in a rip, and it was just a strong rip. Like the current was really like it was just pulling you, bro. And then like I struggled for about maybe 3 minutes, and then after that I was just so fatigued, and I was like, oh well. And then in the quick snap, I don't know why, but just Vegeta came into my mind. He's like, you will not die like this.
Damn.
And then it became myself. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm dying as a... No, I'm not dying in a rip. Fuck you. So I stayed calm, floated out of the rip, got out. And then the other person who came to ask me if I was alright got caught in it. And then I was like, oh, yeah, shit, sorry.
Anyway, I'm off. Just leave him there.
No, because the person that I cared about was drowning as well. And I was like, go back now. Get out of the water. But she was already stuck in the rip too. And I was like, oh,
God damn.
I can't let this person drown. I am not calling her mother. Again, that Vegeta mindset. I'm not going to be calling someone's mother to let them know that the child has drowned. That's not
Yeah.
happening on my watch.
I'm not doing
so I'll
that shit.
sacrifice of myself if I have to. Because I just, again, like, maybe that sort of people pleaser came into it play. And
Potentially. But again, I think that people pleaser thing is less of it. This is me talking shit now. My shit, not talking shit. I don't think that's people pleasing. I think that's just your character of you just, giving a shit about people. I just think that's what it is. But dude, yeah, that's crazy to be
Yeah.
in that moment and just fucking. I'm not fucking dying today.
Yeah, literally.
Not like this.
Yeah, literally.
Not like this.
Like, bro, Jordan Belfort wasn't gonna die sober in a yacht, bro. Like, he wanted his pingers. He took his fucking pingers,
He
and he's
took
like,
his
I'm
pingers.
not dying sober.
Fuck this.
No way. I'm like, yeah, well, look, fair.
I'm not drowning. I'm getting eaten by a lion.
Exactly, yeah. Literally, bro. I'm gonna die fighting a bear, not by drowning in some fucking ocean at the Gold Coast, bro. Like, no, not Broad Beach. It was
Broad Beach down the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. You're not dying at Broad
Yeah,
Beach.
no, I love
fucking
that beach, but no, I'm not.
sensational
dying.
beach, but you're not dying there, dude.
Yeah.
No way. We got way more shit to do before that. We
Yeah.
got way more shit
Yeah.
to do, dude.
My purpose hasn't been fulfilled yet, man. My purpose hasn't been fulfilled.
Hasn't been fulfilled.
No.
That's a great segue into something else that I wanted to ask you.
Oh, bro, look at me. Yeah. Look at me.
All right, hang on. All right,
Where's the compliment,
bro? This is my fuck you. You don't get one. You don't get one. It's my show, goddammit. I set that up. It's all a fucking game. It's all connected, dude. It's all
It's all
connected.
connected.
But I was gonna say, good segue into. I know we kind of established it before, and where you're saying like you're still kind of like figuring stuff out. Do you think you are making steps towards figuring it out? And if so, are you comfortable with the trajectory that you're on right now?
Yeah, look, overall, I'm going to say yes.
Mhm.
Because, although I am on that path to, or trajectory, as you said, that's very good
Yeah,
terminology.
you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Read that in a book.
Oh, man, it's amazing what reading can do, bro.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, on the trajectory that I am, like, it's literally like 2 steps forward towards the person that I want to become or the career that I want to achieve, and then 1 step back. Like, oops, sorry.
Don't you dare do that shit again. One more and you're out, yeah?
One
more
more.
and you're out. You're done.
Yeah, so it's like, it fluctuates, but I'm going to say it's going more uphill than downhill. Because, yeah, like, as I said previously, like, although I am going to progress, I'm going to have my bad days as well.
Mhm.
And that's something I've accepted into
Yeah.
like going up this hill, man. Like on this journey, I'm like, okay, you had a shit day today. That doesn't mean that it's all gonna go to shit. Like, what are you gonna do? Undo all your progress that you've done. Go back to the way how you were. Like, go back to you being 17 years old, having no fucking clue what to do with your life. Absolutely not. I will not tolerate that kind of behavior, bro.
No. What would Vegeta do?
Exactly.
Not that, bro.
Bro, he
Not
will
do that.
not tolerate that kind of behavior for a Saiyan, but I'm just human, so he'd just kill me.
You just boom,
Yeah,
dome
be
me.
like, you're useless. But no, man. I do believe that I am on the right path. Let's just say that. Like, I do believe I'm on the right trajectory. I like the way it's looking.
Let me say
Mm.
say yes or no to this.
Yep.
Are you happy with the trajectory and the speed, the angle, whatever the fuck? Are you happy with the progress that it's making in this current moment right now? Are you content with it? Or is there areas in which you're like, oh, I want to be a little bit more here, I want to be a little bit more
That's a
there,
yes
like,
or no answer. Hey.
Answer it however you want. Answer it however you want, bro.
There's a few things that could be adjusted to it, but I'm gonna say yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The things that need to change are from my part again. So therefore, I know that if I can change that, it'll change faster. It might change the angle. If there's something I don't like with it, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do it myself. It's fine. But yeah, no, I'm happy with the way things have been turning out so far.
Can I ask you this as well?
Absolutely.
Are you are you more comfortable with change now than you were before?
Yes, absolutely, for sure, bro. Absolutely. Took me a while, but I learned that to change or to grow, you have to be out of your comfort zone. You can't be comfortable.
Dude, I
doing
love that you said that. I
You
agree with
can't
that
be
100%.
comfortable. You
100%.
can't. Comfort is a fucking drug, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I can stay at
It's
home.
worse than sugar, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, for
And
sure.
sugar's fucking dog shit. But
Oh,
it's
it's
really
good
yummy.
dog shit though, bro. Good dog shit, but dog shit, yeah.
Mm.
I could stay at home. Any of us could stay at home, have a TV, have a PS5, and you're good for the rest of your days, bro. Like you're fine. You don't need to do anything anymore. But again, you're being too comfortable. You gotta get out and do shit. You gotta distract yourself. You gotta stay on the grind, man. If you wanna be a fucking, whatever you want, whatever your hobby, whatever your preference of hobby is. If you wanna go climb mountains, then go climb mountains, bro. You're not gonna get any better or stronger at it if you're just gonna
I'm not doing
be
it.
too comfortable, bro. Doing whatever it is that, that helps you stay comfortable.
What do you think is the ultimate out of your comfort zone thing for you?
Ooh,
Anything, like
you cheeky bastard.
Or what's something that you could do right now? Well, not right this second,
Yeah,
but what's something that you could do, you think, that you haven't done that would properly get you out of your comfort zone?
Man,
Talking like jump out of a plane,
I could do that.
do a punch with somebody, like. Oh, what is it? What does it look like for you? Do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say,
Remember, you're on camera here, Dad.
I'm very careful with what I'm saying. I'm very careful with what I'm saying.
That's right. I'll just cut it out in the edit, dude. Cut it out in the edit.
No, I don't know. I like what Chris Hemsworth is doing right now to achieve longevity. So all sorts of challenges right now. Like, for example, this is something that I would like to do to grow, and to improve my immune system, because my immune system is terrible. swim 230 meters in the in Antarctica or the Norwegian Arctic, bro. Freezing cold water. It's about maybe -3. Yeah, do something like that for me to grow. Like, I don't know, have more ice baths, for example, for me. Like, I've just gotten used to like getting showering with cold water every day
Dude,
now.
I just had a cold shower today, like proper, after I like did some working out or whatever. You feel fucking insane.
Yeah.
I feel like a superhero when I
Yeah,
come out of
no,
that
you
shower.
do.
I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
It feels great. It feels great. Again, you have to like do it though, because a lot of people, like, you do it at 5 a.m. You're not gonna want to do it, man. You're gonna be like, fuck this whole thing.
I was gonna say, this might sound like a whatever question, but what do you think is the benefit for you personally right now, putting yourself out of your comfort zone? What is it doing for you?
Growth, man.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Helps you grow as a
no.
person?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like, it would like release not my full potential, but like, you know, it would let me
Increase
allow
your
me to
power
grow.
level,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
9,000. No, it would allow me to grow for sure, man. Yeah, I think growth is the main thing that allows me to do it when I'm out my comfort zone. Like, new experiences as well. You know, again, you learn what to do and what not to do
Sure.
with being outside your comfort zone.
Of course.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something too, because I've noticed something since we've been talking as well. You keep talking about like growing and being a better person. What does that guy look like, and how is he different from the Danny that I'm sitting right next to?
That guy looks like for starters, he'd be 6 foot.
that guy, for starters, has a huge cock.
Absolutely, that guy has the leg. No, no. This guy, I'll give you the basics. Has a well-paying job, pretty wealthy, lives in the beautiful city of Brisbane. Love this city. Has good.
Hold on, I'm gonna close my eyes. Keep going.
Yeah. Has good taste in the way he dresses, you know, whether it's khakis, whether it's suits. This guy is super charismatic. Everyone in the office, when he enters the building, just, "Oi, big dog Danny's here, hey!" And then I want the new employees to just feel like, I want them to feel paralyzed. But then the moment they
I want them to be incinerated by my presence.
I want them to be, yeah, exactly. But I want them to realize the moment I come up to them, I'm completely the opposite of what they thought.
Subversion of expectation.
Yeah.
Very good.
They're like, "Oh no, I can't fuck up in front of this guy. He's gonna get me out in 1 second." Like, it's alright,
Yeah,
man. We
fuck
all
up
have
the
those
vibe,
days.
break the mold, baby.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I get you. I get what you're
Something
saying.
like that, man. Something like, it's not finished. I haven't finished sketching him yet, but there's a foundation.
Do you think you can ever be finished though?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah, come on, I got
That's
questions.
a-
I got questions, cuz.
I reckon I could get up to 90%, but never 100%.
Never 100%. It's that excellence, right? Not perfection.
Mhm.
Come on now.
Mhm.
I've been listening.
Yeah.
I've been listening.
You even.
I do this shit, bro. I really do this.
I
shit.
do this for a living.
I
man.
really do this shit, dude.
Yeah,
I think that's the reason why I ask you that is because I've been thinking about it since we've been talking. It's like, I like how you're focused on like trying to be, you know, I guess we kind of all, well, not everybody actually. That's bold of me to assume that people want to be better than they are, but I think that's a good mentality to have, trying to, and I like how it's pretty grounded for you, apart from the incinerating the employees. That's pretty insane. But I like that it's grounded in the sense that you're like, I'm not gonna strive for the perfection. I'm gonna strive for that excellence, and I think that's really great.
Yeah.
And I kind of think the same way. I kind of want to do that as well. Like I feel it in the last couple of years, the change in myself and the way. Sorry, the change in myself and the progression that I'm making towards being that better man. I feel like I'm finally at a point where I'm like, okay, like I can make these changes now. I'm aware of like who I am and what I want and how to get where I gotta be, and I'm like plottering along and shit like that.
Yeah.
And basically where I'm going with this is like, when you're on that path and you're going towards that better man, what is like what is the thing that keeps you focused the most? Like, how do you retain that? Like, is it just being present for you? Like, what is it?
Being mindful and being present, yeah, man. Again, that Vegeta mentality, bro.
Mm.
Like, you're good. That was good, but you could be better.
Mm.
Yeah, and although that can be a bit toxic at times.
I was just gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
It can be a bit toxic at times, but don't think of it as don't look at it that way. Think of it as like, yeah, but still like acknowledge the fact that you did good just then.
Mm.
But there's room for improvement. There's always that room for improvement. Absolutely. Again, if you screwed up or you didn't do it as good as you thought you would, don't beat yourself up about it. Again, acknowledge it though. Acknowledge everything, whether it's good or bad. Acknowledge it, but then learn to move on. And I think moving on is my hardest part, bro. Not being able to forget bad experiences has really.
It's tough, man. It's hard. Like it's hard to let go of those moments in your life in which are painful. But you know, I think that's the hardest part about being present is the fact that you have to let go to be able to hold on to this moment. And then I think this is what I've come to terms with of like what being present is the fluidity in which I'm able to hold on and let go of stuff. So if something's terrible and something's awful, yeah, let it come to you. Let it feel it. Hold on to it. But then you got to let it go just as quickly as it came. It's got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think you're doing that for yourself, or are you getting caught in the holding on and sinking?
It's probably something that is really recent, bro. 'Cause like when I have fights with my partner, or whether it's with my parents or with anyone in particular, like that negative experience will stay in my mind, but I have to let it go. And I think I am getting better at it now that I've just like acknowledged it now. Like I acknowledge, okay, that's what I need to do. Now try to put that into practice.
That's the hardest thing, dude. My dad said something to me as well, like about like his regrets in his life and stuff like that. And he said something that's it stuck with me, man. And it's like, oh shit, he's right, but he's kind of wrong. But he's right, but he's kind of wrong. It's like you remember all of the terrible shit so easily, dude, so easily. And I think that's purposefully done by ourselves because of the fact that there's so much emotional weight. And because it's a type of weight in which, because it's usually attached to sadness or anger, and there are a lot of that's a heavy emotion to carry, as opposed to happiness. So it's
also the easiest emotion to like experience, man.
Do you think so?
I do. I
you
do
think
believe
anger
so.
and sadness?
You can get angry. You can get sad. You can get anxious about.
You know what? I
agree,
man. I agree. Actually, that's some like I struggle with that sometimes too. Where like my first reaction to something is usually like anger or frustration, and then sadness, and then usually followed by like, oh, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
But it's usually that, and that's something that I'm trying to unlearn too. But it's pretty hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a big mental challenge, man. I think I heard somewhere that emotional regulation is one of the best skills, and I agree. I think every person needs to learn how to do that, man. Because
I totally agree. I think
why
that
would
is
you let your environment control you?
I
when
think
you
that
can't
is
control
the
yourself,
biggest plague on the human race is our unwillingness to regulate our emotions in a way in which benefit not just ourselves but everybody around us. Super hard to do that though, because it's so hard to not see the world through your own fucking microscope, right?
Yeah.
Super hard to do that. But you're not the center of attention, and you know you exist in the world with everyone else, and it's super hard to do that. How do you think, this is like a pretty like heavy one, it's like, but how do you think you can do that? Is it just being mindful that you're doing it and then trying to mitigate how often you do it? Because I'm coming to this like conclusion for myself where it's like, I don't think you can kind of really get rid of that.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
You kind of, you agree with me in that sort of sense? Or?
I don't. Okay, yeah. So it may be right that you can't get rid of it, but you can definitely reduce it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mental disorders, you can't get rid of them.
No.
You can reduce them though. Whether it's by medication, therapy, whatever you like, you can reduce them. You know.
You're just not allowed to kill people though. That's kind of fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
Only if it, no, don't, no negativity. There's enough negativity in social media. We don't want to bring it in this safe space here.
I was going to say that's a good kind of jumping on point for something else that I want to talk about as well, that I just thought of, because I'm just quick like that with my thoughts. I'm just quick like that. But negativity, what's your relationship with negativity? You said before you're a pretty positive person and stuff like that. Are you surrounded by a lot of negativity, or
I wouldn't say a lot of it, but I've had my fair share of encounters with it, and when I do, I kind of embrace it, man. I've learned to, like I said, like I've got to learn to embrace it, like instead of being like, oh no, avoid it at all costs. And when I do that, I do bottle up my emotions, and then
not good.
Yeah, nope,
not good.
No bueno.
No bueno.
And yeah, it's not good for the long term, man. Because when that day comes that you crack, oh my god, it just...
Dude, it's the worst. Like, everything comes crumbling down. Like, not only do you crack, it cracks everything else. Like, it's the worst. And
you just feel completely broken, like you've reached the abyss, man.
You know, and
all that's not true.
It's the hardest part, because, like, as much as you don't want that to happen, it's going to keep happening forever. Yep. Like, there's going to be... And that's one thing that I've noticed as well. And again, not a groundbreaking thought, but a thought that I'm starting to have for the first time in my life at this stage, where it's like, oh my god, I just got over something. And there's something else? Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, oh my god, give me a break. But I'm slowly starting to get better at recognizing, okay, like, yep, alright, it's happened once before. Yeah, it's different this time. It looks different, but, you know...
Ain't the world gonna stop
shit.
throwing challenges at you, man. You gotta be prepared for that.
Gotta adapt, overcome.
It won't... Yeah, improvise, adapt, and overcome, man. For sure. Like, that's another thing that I've learned. Like, actually, Henry Cavill read it out on one of his mates that sent him a message. Like, one of the... Like, it's just
Shout
like...
out Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I love that
absolutely. Dude. Fuck me, man.
No, fuck me, Henry Cavill.
Me! So, he was pretty... He had a good relationship with a person that was, maybe... like triple his age, and he just sent him a text message of all good life's of advice, and one of my favorite one that he read out was, don't expect life to be fair. And absolutely, you can't, like, how many times have you been in a situation?
That's huge, yeah.
How many times have you been in a situation where everything's just shit for you, but life goes on? Like, whether it's a breakup and then, like, you wake up the next morning, hopefully it'll be a lot better. No, it's not, but the day continues. Like, your mates might be having a party and you may feel like absolute shit. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, like, well, we won't do anything for you. Like, no, everything's going to keep going as it is, man.
Yeah.
No one knows and no one cares, bro. Like, you just got to keep working on yourself and how you deal with it. But yeah, that's my take on that, man. Negativity, definitely embrace it, but, like, learn to work with it as well. Don't completely disavow it.
That's goated. I love that you said that. You know, learn to embrace it, but keep going. Like,
yeah.
I think that's the only... I think that's the correct approach. You can't just, like, wallow and sink into it. It sucks, man, when you do that. You gotta want to be able to put yourself in a position in which you can deal with it. It's unfortunate because a lot of people can't, and it's out of their control sometimes. Yeah. But, you know...
Absolutely, man.
It's tough, man. It's such a hard thing to talk about because we've all
That's hard, talking about it.
Right, because when you talk about things like that, it pulls you back into that moment or like the most recent moment in which you felt like that, and that's always tough to do, to bring that up again and, like, have to relive it, and, you know. But I've noticed the only time that I feel myself being able to come to terms with these sort of things is when I do talk about them more, like when I do open up with people and when people open up with me about their shit. It kind of makes me think about my stuff as well, and, like, it helps, you know, it helps, man.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that, yeah.
No, man, and this is the thing, like, we all fucking do it, and I think the worst part is we all think that we don't. Yeah. And it's like, oh, fuck, we all think about this. Yeah. Like,
no, you're right.
We should probably start talking about it a little bit more, because we could probably help each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, we had a bit of a conversation about this before. It's like, this is weird stigma that it's like, you can't talk about this. And it's like, I got to the point where I was like, fuck that, dude. Like, I don't want to keep perpetuating this cycle, man.
Absolutely,
like,
no.
I might not be able to change the fucking world for everybody, but if I can change my world for my people...
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do
for
that.
For the homies, bro.
For the homies. If I can try and do that, I'm going to do it, because I don't live in the world of everyone else. I live in my world, you know what I'm saying? And if as long as my world's good and the world of my peoples is good, then we chilling. Like life goes on. Life is good.
Yeah.
As long as we're making an effort, I think it's
Absolutely, you
gonna
have to make the effort.
be fine.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better at making the effort. I haven't been perfect in the past for
it's
sure,
fine, man.
but we're
Baby
getting
steps.
better. Baby steps, man.
Baby steps, yeah, for sure.
And that kind of brings me to something that I wanted to say before as well. Throughout all this process of like learning new shit about like how to move through the world, you gotta unlearn the other stuff, and that's kind of hard. Like when you've known something for so long is like an objective truth for you.
Yeah.
Being confronted with something that counteracts that, it's like, oh fuck. You then have like this weird war with yourself where you're like, all right, I'm about to let go of my security and my understanding of how this shit works for me to adopt something that I think is the new wave. Yeah. And that's really scary sometimes because it's like you're being put out of your comfort zone and it's like, holy shit, I need to like really, really think about what I'm about to do here. And it's always super confronting. But I've noticed the more times that I find myself doing that, I'm not falling as nearly as much as I thought I would. It's actually helping me get up and keep going forward.
Yeah.
And that only has come about for me from talking to people and hearing other people's like shit that they've got going on and how they're dealing with that. And I think that's the most valuable thing that we can do as humans in this part of our life is absorbing as much experience from people that we can, because as much as like it is a world that we are living in our own, right? There's people living in their own worlds within this world, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
and if we can tap into some of what they got going on, it could help us. And the only way we're gonna know what that is by talking to other people and letting people in and opening up and shit like that. So I appreciate you for being someone that has done that for me in the past, like and
Likewise,
doing
man.
it right now as well. Like hearing
Likewise,
how
yeah.
you think about all of the stuff that we're talking about now, it's helping me more. No, I wouldn't say more than it's helping you. I think we're both getting something from this, whether it be like we're having a laugh or we're gonna go home later, or you're gonna go home. I'm already home, but like whatever it is, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna think about something, and you're like, oh fuck, that's helpful. I think that's
absolutely.
super important.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really love about doing all this stuff. So I fucking really appreciate you making the time to do that, man. It's great.
Likewise, bro. I think it's great. We'll both be able to, after this, at the end of this, we'll be able to go home. Well, as you said, you already are home.
I'm not going anywhere. You're going home.
But
I mean, you can stay here if you want. Man. Stay as long as you want, bro. This shit folds out into a bed, and you can stay here as long as you want. Okay. We got mad meal prep in the fridge. If we chill coffee on the bench, we're fine.
Oh, don't tell me what the coffee, bro.
Bro, I got mad coffee. I got 2 coffee machines, cuz. How you like it? You like pods? I got pods.
Oh, bro, I love them, bro. Love pods, yeah. But as I said, like on the way home or even at home, be like, you know what? Like, I don't know if you're this type of person, but I'm a person that has like delayed reactions. So to give you a bit of a brutal example, when my grandmother passed away, I didn't realize it immediately. I didn't feel it as everyone felt it at that time, or like going to the funeral. I experienced it like 6 months later, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I may not like think back or like everything, all the ideas we've exchanged, all the advice or like all the phrases we've exchanged tonight. I might not think about that right away. I might not think about that on the way home or at home. I might think
it's something that sits with you for a bit.
Yeah, like 2 weeks from now, I might be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Anthony said that. Yeah, okay, nah, damn. Maybe I need to like. We're both exchanging tools that we will utilize. We could utilize at any time of our lives. Man.
I like that you said tools, man, because that's how I see it as well. Like our conversation is like a box of tools, right?
Yeah, bro.
And we're picking out what we need to, because we're coming into it looking for something, right? Like you sat down here with me, I'm trying to get something from you, like as much as I.
Fuck you, bro.
I'm a piece of shit, dude. This is a transaction for me. Nothing more, nothing less, dude. No, but like
absolutely not.
We're all trying to fix whatever we've got going on, right? Absolutely. And we're trying to find the right tools. And I really like that. I love that analogy. I think that's really good.
We've all got our problems, our demons to face, man. Some of us might not have the right equipment for it, but you know, when you talk to someone about it, or like when you talk to someone that you least expect to, sometimes they might come out with like the best ideas that you've ever heard, or
Yeah.
like the best tools that you ever, and you'll be like, "Whoa, I never thought you thought like that." No,
Dude,
shit, you never
I
thought-
fucking, dude, I know, I love that. I remember I fucking remember this night as clear as day. I was talking to one of my mates, Mark. Shout out, Mark. And he said something to me. He's like, I've read this book, and he's like, the way he explained it to me, I fucking fully understood it to my core, and it changed like my perspective. It kind of set me off on this trajectory that I'm on now.
That's beautiful, bro.
And
Holy
he was
fuck.
like, every conversation you have with everybody is an opportunity to learn something. Whether it be...
What a great way to see it. Oh my god.
Whether it be like, right? Like, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be what it is they're saying to you, the way in which they're saying it with their body, their expression, whatever it is. In that moment, you are learning something from somebody. So treat every conversation that you have and have that in the back of your mind.
like
and you'll
as a learning
always...
opportunity.
Yeah, as a learning opportunity. You'll
Yeah,
always
sure.
walk away from it a better person. He didn't say it all like that, but he kind of said it like... He said, you know, treat every conversation as if you have something to learn from someone, irregardless of who they are.
At the end of the day,
And it
that's
fucking
phenomenal,
blew
man.
my mind, dude. And
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, oh my god. And it completely changed the way that I think about...
I think phenomenal
about
is like the
everything.
best way to describe that, man. That's terrific. That's really
It's huge.
terrific,
It's huge. And, you know, all it took was somebody to explain it to me in a way in which I could understand it. And that then blew my mind even further because I was like, dude, like... That's like social engineering. Like
Absolutely.
I was like, holy fuck.
Absolutely.
Like,
I like that. I'm stealing that.
bro,
Social
no, you
engineering.
can't. That's mine.
Yeah.
You can't have
Copyright.
that one. Put the C on the screen. Put that little copyright C on the screen. But yeah, and it completely changed the way that I have conversations with people and stuff like that. You know, because there's different types of conversations you have all the time. You know, like you can just be like a little laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
This, that. You can take it to the next level. But one thing I noticed as well is sometimes people will do that for you, and sometimes you need to do that for them.
Yeah.
And being able to distinguish when and what kind of that's a skill to have, and I think
It is a skill, yeah.
and I think it's something that can benefit all of us. By I think it
sure.
just comes down to just paying a little bit more attention to who you're talking to and the way that they're talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there's nothing wrong. Like that being said, there's nothing wrong with not approaching shit like that. I can only say what it's done for me, and it's changed my life. You know, like
Yeah.
but you're
Yeah,
not
for
me. You live your life however you want.
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I'm keeping with me moving forward because it's only done me right. You know, and
It's great, man. Keep
and
that.
I have
sure.
to I have to shout out Mark for that because it's fucking complete. Like I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
all
no,
the time.
I'm gonna start thinking about that all the time now too. Fuck, you know.
Yeah, try it, man. Just like next time you're at the
Thank you,
shops or
Mark.
something. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Shout out, Mark.
For sure. Oh my
Put Mark's
God.
face on the screen.
Yeah.
Put Mark's face over his face on the screen.
Oh, that's great. No, that's.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it. But I was gonna say, let's I wanna do a little exercise with you here, if you wouldn't mind, if that's okay.
Let's go.
So when Christian came onto the podcast, he unlocked this memory that I totally fucking forgot. That
I
had.
related to the start of what I heard with Christian. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's so great, man.
yeah,
That's so
dude.
great.
When
He'll love to hear that. He'll
Yeah.
love to hear that.
related.
Because he came on and he was like, I don't know if I've got anything to say on the podcast. And I was like, come on, man. Like, and then he was like, no, I think I got something to say. And I'm like, of course you got something to say, cuz. Everyone got something to say.
I guarantee that if he kept saying that and then like he just started like whatever, like it didn't have to be about purpose. Eventually, sometime throughout that podcast, he would have mentioned something where he was in a rough patch in his life, and then that would have like shifted him, and then he saw things differently, and then he knew what to do. You know, like he knew.
That's what I'm saying. Like this
He
purpose
knew how to
shit.
overcome that. There's like dude,
Purpose shit just covers fucking everything, man. And I
It's
love
on
it.
the spectrum, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a big spectrum. But what I was saying is the activity in which that he brought up was like, you remember? I don't know if you did this at school. I don't know if you've ever done this, but when I was in grade 8, we did this thing where we wrote a letter to ourselves for grade 12, and then when we were in grade 12, we got to like open it up and read it and shit, and it was like, where do you see yourself when you're in grade 12? Blah 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 blah, this and that, and then we did something on the episode where we're like, where do we see ourselves when we're 30? Because, you know, like that's. It's not around the corner, but that's the next milestone, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's
it
the one
is.
that's
It really
coming
is,
up.
yeah.
So I want to open up the floor to you now to give yourself a little message to when you're 30.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bit fucking hard to do it like off the rip, but I feel like you can lay down some shit.
Oh no, as long as it stays on Spotify, man, I'll be able to reach it when I'm 30.
Man, I'll put this shit on a hard drive somewhere. I'll keep it forever.
For sure. Before I answer that, I have written a letter to myself just because I've seen it of YouTube videos. But I've written 2, and I don't know where both of them went. One of them is somewhere in my room, and it was just when I started like boxing, and I liked boxing at the time, and I was like, hey man, whatever it is that you're gonna do, make sure you do great in. Right now you're in this phase, but don't stress things that you can't control. Yeah, I paraphrased that. I don't think that's exactly what I said, but it was something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, your activity is for me to say, what would I say to myself when I'm 30?
Yeah, send yourself a message for when you're 30. You know, talk about whatever the hell you want, whatever you think is relevant, whatever you think you'd want to hear when you're 30. Send yourself a little message. Look at the camera, lay down the law, have a chat with yourself, man. Yeah. I'll sit here and I'll close my eyes and I'll listen.
Hey, Daniel. Hope you're doing well, mate. They're not always going to be victories, alright? Just remember, when you're in the lowest patch and when you've finally hit the bottom, the only way is up. So don't trip yourself over things that you can't control, and keep going, man. Keep that positive outlook. Your time will come. You know, you'll have your wins, you'll have your losses. Your time will come though, okay? As long as you know that you're trying and that you're putting in all your effort and you've got nothing to hide, then just patience is required and consistency. Be persistent. Yeah, that's my message. That's my message, man.
Whoa, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was heavy. That was heavy in the best way, though.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Good,
man.
Heavy.
How'd that feel?
Good, man. Yeah, that takes a little bit of pressure off myself.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah. I like that.
I like that activity. Fuck, I wish my school did that. Damn.
Yeah, dude. It was goated. We had this thing in grade 12. We did like this Kairos retreat. It was nuts, man. Like we had these. They sprung it on us one time. We were sitting like in this big hall or whatever, and like they just like pull out all these letters from like our friends and family and shit. And it was just like letters about how much they loved us and were proud of us. And it was like after a really emotional last couple of days of just like, it was literally like a week of therapy, dude. Like it was insane. And it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, to be quite honest. It really like changed my perspective, and it helped me to understand the fact that, hey, this self-care shit's pretty important. You got to keep an eye on it. And that was the first time I had really started to think like that. And we were reading these letters, and there was like maybe like 50 dudes just fucking crying, just like sobbing, because they were getting letters from like their parents, and like parents were saying shit that like, you know, obviously some kids had never heard before. I'm glad you guys cried,
though, if you didn't cry.
Dude, I got a beautiful letter from my mum and dad that just... I've got them somewhere. I'd love to go through and read them again, but I have to find them. Yeah, it was a terrific experience, and I think that's a really powerful activity too, like being able to... And even like with this sort of shit, like, you know, having a moment in time recorded, you know, with our expression, our voice and whatnot, you know, seeing our hopes and dreams being lived in real time. It's important, like... I've already started to see the difference for myself. I talk about it all the time on the podcast, and I need to stop doing it, but this is the last time. Looking back at these, like, it's crazy, man. Like, having these moments of, like...
Can't wait to look back on it in a few years' time, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, seeing exactly where I was and hearing how I was thinking and shit like that. Like, in a year, like, since I've been doing this, like, the person I see on that screen and hear, like, that voice that I hear, it's me. Yeah. But it's like... Whoa, dude, that was me before I did the things that I said that I was going to do.
I ate that guy, bro.
I literally consumed that guy, and I fucking sapped his life energy and turned him into this. But yeah, dude, no, I'm glad that you enjoyed that, and thank you for participating in that. Thank you for doing that.
No, that was great, man.
I was going to say, you got anything you wanna leave us on? You got anything that you want to say? You got anything that's on your mind right now? What you got going on?
Anything that you got going on? I think I've said all my crucial points, man.
Yeah,
They're
it's-
floating around there somewhere. I've got more floating around there somewhere.
Oh, dude, they'll
It's
always
just
come
whenever
through.
you say something that ignites it, I'm like, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's floating around there.
Dude,
Somewhere.
you just have to come back. We'll just do another one.
Yeah, no, for sure,
Just
man.
do another
for
one.
Sure. Yeah, no.
But I was gonna say, man, it's pretty. I feel like this has been a pretty substantial amount of conversation that we've had tonight. I feel
Yeah, for
pretty
sure.
good. How you feel? You feel good?
I feel good, man. Yeah. Good
Feel
chat.
happy?
Yeah, great.
Feel content?
Content. Yeah.
You hungry?
Yeah, I was gonna stop messaging that too on the way home.
We got food here. We got food here.
That's alright, man. Yeah.
Anyway, well, I think if that's the case, if you're feeling pretty ready to go, what do you reckon we do a little sign off?
Yeah.
You wanna roll out the credits for me here? You wanna say the goodbyes to the people? Do the honors.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for.
All right. See ya.
listening. All right, I'm gonna head out.
I'm off.
No, thank you for listening. And my intentions with this podcast when you invited me, I just want people to take, good things out of it. I want them
Yeah.
if I said something or if you said something that stands out to them in a good way and they want to put that into practice, do it. Go for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think, and this is one thing that I want everybody to remember as well. The people that listen to this, for the most part, people that like you, people that love you, people that want to support you. So
Yeah.
there's no need to feel any type of way about it other than like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Like these people are, it's the same people that you're going to go home and talk to later that are
Yeah.
going to probably listen to this. So it's like,
Yeah. My mother wants to listen to this for sure. Right?
yeah. Shout out. Hello to Danny's mum. What's your mum's name?
Claudia.
Hey, Claudia. Thank you for letting me steal this kid for a little bit. I'll get him home to you soon.
I made it, Mum.
He's on the show. This is the big leagues now, baby. The big leagues now.
Yeah, no.
Alright, I won't put any silly gameplay. I'll put some nice stuff in there.
It's alright, man. Put whatever you feel.
Yeah, this is my show. I do what I want.
Put whatever
my
you
show.
feel is valuable to you. Put whatever you feel really stuck out to you. Put something that might make a difference.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have one message.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's kind of cliche, but it's true. It's really, I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Alright. Look at the camera. Come on now.
Genuinely, if you have your suspicions about someone that they're going through a rough time, or they're going through a rough time, just genuinely ask them if they're alright. Do something with them. Take them for a walk. Take them to the park. Shout them a goat bucket. Whatever it is, just ask if they're okay and have a conversation with them to see how they really are. Sure, that's my life.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure.
it's a lovely way to end it, for sure.
Not everyone's gonna tell you how they feel, but at least
No,
you
man.
did something to contribute to.
Yeah. Take that
happening.
first step for the people that are struggling to do it on their own. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming through, Danny. It's been a fucking
Thank you, man.
pleasure, dude. I've
It's
loved
likewise.
every minute of this, and I hope
been
everyone
great.
likes it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be us, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for listening, everybody.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah. Peace. I
Ciao,
guess.
ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Alla prossima. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And scene.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Wow.
That was good, man. That was really
Yeah,
good.
man. Come on.
A little bit of therapy there, bro.
Come
Little
here,
bit
man.
of
Come
therapy.
here, man.
That was therapeutic.